Let us help you reach your peak in retirement. It's time for Retirement Elevated with Sean Lee.
Welcome into this edition of Retirement Elevated with Sean Lee, managing partner at Elevated Retirement Group, here with me to talk about, well, the company. So this week on the podcast, we're just going to talk about all the good stuff and interesting stuff that's going on with Elevated Retirement Group. So lots of good things happening. We're going to get into some of that and chat with Sean on what's going on. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Just we are running pretty hard right now to start the summer.
Yeah, so burning the candle at both ends, as they say.
You know, a little bit overwhelming between all like the personal stuff, family life and sports and activities. And, you know, my daughter actually, I didn't realize this, but 8th grade graduation in Catholic schools is like a really big thing.
Oh.
Because usually Catholic schools end at 8th grade. And, you know, fortunately at our campus, it goes through high school.
Okay.
My daughter's not going to go to high school there. She made the cheer team for the public school right down the road, which, you know, they won state, they compete nationally, so she's going to go there.
Okay, nice, very cool.
It's a lot of stuff going on with graduation.
Yeah. Well, it's we're taping this right here at the end of May, right before Memorial Weekend. So everybody have a great Memorial Weekend, first of all, and enjoy yourself. But yeah, I mean, so school's letting out, you know, summer's upon us. You know, all that just normal life stuff, right? You and I were laughing that our wives are like, "Hey, when are you gonna this? When are you gonna do this with the yard and stuff?" Right? We were kind of laughing about that right before we got going. So you got all those regular life stuff, which, I mean, think about retirement, right? It's like same kind of thing. Like there's always something going on, it seems like, and so that's kind of, you know, relatable to a lot of our listening audience as well.
Well, and I talked to some of our families that just retired. I'm like, "How you doing?" And
I'm busier than ever.
I'm tired. I'm like, "Why are you so tired?" I'm just catching up on all the projects that I neglected, and you know, and now it's light later. You know, 9:00 at night is when the sun goes down, so you can get a lot of work done. Yeah. But it's like, man, we're beat. Running constantly.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a pretty apropos. So let's talk about a couple other good things that are going on. So you guys are, I don't know if expanding is the right word, but certainly, you know, you're moving. So moving is always a challenge, right? So
we are moving, and this has been a long time coming. Mm-hmm. You know, we're in our 5th year here in the space that we're at, and we love our space.
Right.
We're in the Larry H. Miller building in Sandy, and the Miller family has been phenomenal to us.
Right.
They've been great. But, you know, at some point in time, it becomes you either need to decide that you're going to continue paying rent or you're going to buy.
Yeah.
And, you know, paying rent is great, but having, you know, a building that's ours is really appealing. And we've been
on room to grow too, right?
We're going to have room to grow. We're going to be able to design it how we want. Got a great skeleton of the building. It's a newer building, so it's been we don't have to do a ton of updates or upgrades. We just have to make it ours.
Yeah, just got more decorative kind of things.
Yeah, you know, paint, carpet, moving some walls. We're, you know, just some of those things. But right now we're in the process of construction and demo and all of that.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the next 60 to 90 days we're going to start the move process. But no, we closed on the building last week. We've got to go through and get all of the furniture out that the building ownership left graciously for us, which is not our style. If you've been to our office, you know that I'm a blues and whites and bright color kind of guy, not the dark woods and things like that. So we're changing a lot in the building to make it Elevated Retirement Group-ish. Gotcha.
Very cool. And then so you got that going on, you got the personal stuff going on, and you got a new book. So
yeah, it's
what
like
else?
All coming at once. I decided last year that I wanted to marry some things that I love. Right, like I love what we do. I love working with families, but as you know, like I'm a huge baseball guy. I love baseball, even to the point where with our building, we've got space where I can build in a gym, and we're going to put an indoor batting cage in there.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be for our use, you know, my kids, his team. I have clients want to come on over to the cage and we'll hit. But I wanted to write a book that married all the analogies and the interaction that I put with baseball to finance. And so we just finished our our book. It's going to publish right now. I think it's even on Amazon already. But we wrote a book called Rounding Third. And so preparing your finances for the home stretch to retirement.
Nice.
And it's all about baseball and how I see the game of baseball interacting with finance and how it all works together.
Nice. Very cool. So you can get that a couple different ways, but I know a lot of times with these books, basically when you're coming in to sit down as a potential new client, you guys just will usually give these things out to folks as an icebreaker as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have the first batch of copies here at the office.
Right, yeah.
I think in a week. This will run about the time that I'm getting our batch. So if you want a copy, just call me. Just call our office, and we'll send a copy out.
Yeah, just reach out to them at 855-507-3847, 855-507-3847, or stop by the website, elevatemyretirement.com. It's elevatemyretirement.com if you've got some other questions or concerns and you want to get on the calendar, schedule some time. Obviously, they're talking about moving, but they're not moving yet, so you can still come in and see them at the current location. And then, of course, I imagine you guys, not only do you have to do all that stuff, Sean, but once you get it ready, then you got to have like a grand opening, right? And you got to have like a little party and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the first question that my wife had, that some of our clients,
some staff, hey, are we having a shindig, right?
When's the open house? When can we come see it?
And
the way that we're going to do this is we're going to move out our operations team first. So our trading team, our service team that works with advisors, compliance,
a lot of the back end stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna move over first, and then what we'll do is we'll have like a 48-hour window or so that we then start to move everybody else over. It may be a week later, it may be 2 weeks later. I've got to still work out some transitionary things, but the hope is that come September 1st that we are all in the new space, we're there, and we can have a grand opening sometime around the beginning to mid of September.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a bunch of people saying, hey, I want to try out those batting cages.
Hey, man, I hope that's the first thing they build in.
There you go. Well, and it's kind of, we wanted to do this podcast just to kind of talk about the status of things and what you guys have going on as a company. And of course, you're always, helping your clients to, get themselves to and through retirement. But like life, right? I mean, it never ends, right? I mean, so whether you're a business owner, a small business owner, whether you work for someone else, you're still working, you're getting close to retirement or in retirement, we all know, right? There's always something coming at us, and a strategy and a plan to help cut these things up and tackle them all is important, so it's a great analogy to just kind of bring it back into what we talk about on the regular, which is having a strategy and a structure together, because you've got to strategize for all this stuff you've got in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, just the little things. I mean, I was at the office all day yesterday, and I'm blessed. I've got a great support team. I've got a good group of advisors that if I need to be out of the office, they're here to help. And now when I'm at that other office, it actually was therapeutic for me yesterday. I was over there by myself. I was walking around. I was taking art off the wall. I was moving things around, and I could do it at my pace, and I can visualize what this office is going to be without any help. And I kind of preferred it that way initially in the day. And then some of our team came over and helped, but it allowed for me to walk through, come up with a plan of action.
Right.
And then now over the next 2 or 3 days, I can put my team in a position that this is what we need to do, and this is how we can get it done quickly and efficiently.
Yeah. Well, I can't pass up the opportunity to use that parallel for that's exactly what you do for your clients, right? Exactly. So you can kind of visualize it. You go through, you have the conversations, you talk about their hopes and their dreams, their visualization of what they want retirement to look like, right? And then you go, okay, cool. Now let's design this thing, and then I can show you how to work through the plan, right? And so it's just such great parallels to what you guys do for your clients as well as what you have to do for yourself.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Well, stressful times, all worth it.
I was going to say, right? Moving. I tell you what, for some pizza and some beer, I'll come help you move.
Done. You cover the plane ticket, and I'm in.
Well, we weren't supposed to tell him that part. That's the age old thing, right? When you got to move and you go to your buddies and you go, "Hey, I'm moving," and they go, "Oh, I'm busy. Sorry." Right? Everybody's busy or whatever. So, well, I got pizza and beer.
Or the guy with the truck. You're like, "Hey, bring your truck over."
There you go. Right?
Let's use that.
Those days are, not exactly where you're at this point, but those days were fun. That's for sure.
Sometimes it's good to get back down and just do that sort of work.
Well, we were talking about yard work. You and I were both like, "Oh, I gotta go. We gotta dig up stumps and stuff in the yard." But sometimes it feels good to do that work.
Nothing's better than mowing my lawn,
right?
And seeing how crisp and clean it looks,
right. And
I take a lot of, and my wife's like, "Hey, Sean, let Michael mow the lawn."
Right.
I'm like, I don't know that he's going to do it as good.
Right. No, it's my lawn. No, he's not there yet.
I'm that dad.
Yeah.
I'm like 100% that guy on our street that my driveway is shoveled at 6 a.m. and I'm texting my neighbor like, "I'm done, dude. It's not even light yet."
Yeah.
And just kind of sort of those dad things, right? And
gotcha.
I want my lawn to look great, and my son does a pretty good job. He's actually going to mow it tonight for me.
There you go. Did you ever think that you would be that in that situation, right? Like I remember looking at my dad do some things when I was younger. We all do this, right? I mean, I'm 52 now, but I'm like, wow. I did pick up some traits from Pop, right? And I was like, I never thought I would do those or be one of those. But it's funny how life works that way.
Oh man, there's nothing but like I put a TV in my garage, so when I'm outside I've got.
Let me
the Red
guess,
Sox
you got
games
baseball on, right?
Oh yeah, College World Series, whatever.
Yeah.
And I find myself like, I'm just going to put a lawn chair in my garage. And I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch some baseball. I'm going to take a break. And my wife comes out. So she's like, "What are you doing? We have a full house."
I'm turning into my dad. Leave me alone.
I'm like, I kind of like the garage, though.
Yeah. Isn't it hilarious?
It's nice out here.
It's hilarious. Life is funny, folks. That's for sure. So anyway, that's our podcast this week. Just short and simple and sweet. We just kind of wanted to update some things. So, Sean's got the new book coming out, Rounding Third, right?
Yep.
So very cool. If you'd like to get a copy of it, let him reach out to him. Let him know. Stop by the website and give him a jingle. Shoot an email over, whatever the case is, whatever works for you. Of course, if you're looking to get started with a retirement firm and some advisors to help you get to and through retirement, you're checking out the podcast. That's a great resource to get started with as well. And of course, you can get started by simply stopping by elevatemyretirement.com and scheduling some time. Elevatemyretirement.com, or you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, all that good stuff. And again, he's got the new book, got the new space, got some trees to dig up, and he's got some yards to cut. And just like all of us, life gets busy. So do yourself and your retirement a favor and have a plan for the things that you need to plan for. Sean, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Good luck to you and all this good stuff.
Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
I'll catch you in a couple of weeks. We'll be back here after Memorial Day. Enjoy your holiday. We'll see you next time here on Retirement Elevated with Sean Lee.
Investment advisory services offered through Elevated Capital Advisors, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor.